Hi guys, it's Chelsea from LBCPartyof5, and today I wanted to give you a little bit more about me. So what better way to do that than doing another tag, and this one is tailored just for me because it is the mixed girl tag, which is what I am if you didn't know already. So let's just get right into this. I'm gonna look down a little bit, so I apologize for that. But the first question would be, what are you mixed with? I am mulatto, so I am black, and my father's black and my mother is white. On my mother's side, I do have some German, Irish, there's a few other things mixed in there, but I'm not really that in tune with it, and we never did like like one of those tests to find out exactly what it is that we are. So all I know for sure would be German and Irish on my mother's side of the family. Question number 2, what ethnicity have you been mistaken for? Anything in the Latin community, I guess I've been mistaken for. Never really thought that, nobody ever thinks that I'm just white. They ask, if I'm Dominican, if I'm Puerto Rican, or they'll just start talking to me in Spanish, and I'm just looking at them like I'm stupid, like, sorry, I don't understand what you're saying. I'm not Spanish, I don't speak Spanish. And my last name kind of throws people off, so I could see where they kind of get, the inclination that I may be some kind of Hispanic, but I'm not. I am just black and white, that's it. Number 3, is your hair curly or straight? Well, you can tell the answer to that question. It's a little dusty, I know, because it hasn't been washed day yet, but my hair is naturally curly. I love it. It wasn't always like this. But I have been wearing it natural for the past, I want to say 3 years. I did a big chop, and this is what it is today. All wild and crazy and unruly, but I love it. Number 4, was coming from different backgrounds challenging growing up? Yes and no, because I didn't really see myself as different. And I got along with pretty much everybody, so I didn't really have that much difficulty growing up just because of being biracial. I will say though that my older brother, he is on the spectrum. He is autistic, and he would have people kind of mess with him. The one thing that sticks out in my mind is sitting at a table, and these 2 small, obviously Caucasian children were like laughing and making a joke about, well, we can only sit with half of you, so you need to sit halfway off the chair, something stupid like that. And I remember having to come to his defense when it came to that, and that never happened again. But that's the only thing that I have experienced, even though it wasn't me directly, but I had to stick up for my brother because he didn't know that it was derogatory, or that he was like the butt of the joke, So that's the only thing I've experienced growing up. I haven't really, like I said, I was friends with everybody, every color, every creed, so I didn't really have too much difficulty growing up. However, now that I just said that, I was just reminded, when I was younger, I started off in a Christian school, so there was a time where I did feel like I was treated a little different when it came to, like, if there was something that was going on, or that was, something fishy or whatever, I would be the first one, or I would end up being talked to, because they would automatically assume that I had something to do with it. If it's, I don't know, whether it was related to drugs or related to just, having problems in the classroom, like causing a problem, I would be the first one looked at whether I was talked to or not. And that I didn't know it at the time, but now thinking back, I could see how that would have been a problem if I realized what was going on. Anyway, next question. What background do you embrace the most? I would say that I favor the African American side more than my white, only because I identify more with my dad. Like, I get along, and I'm very close. I'm much more closer to my dad, so I emulate him. I am like a mini him, just a female version. So I do lean more towards my black side. I am more comfortable around African Americans, even though I'm comfortable with with anybody. But if I'm 100% honest, it does make me feel a little bit uneasy, like I'm watching my back if I'm in a room full of white people. as opposed to a room full of black people. And with my brother, it's the reverse. But I don't have an issue with either, but I do favor my black side, I guess. I am more comfortable with my people, even though everybody is my people, but you know, I do favor my black side, if I'm being honest. Next question, have you ever been teased for being different? No, I was never one to, but I don't know if that's part of, you know, because of my ethnicity or not, but like I said, I got along with pretty much everybody, so I didn't really have problems being teased. If anything, I wouldn't say that I was a bully because I was friendly with everybody, but people would look to me for what's she gonna do, I'm gonna follow her, you know what I mean? So I never experienced too much of the teasing. Were you ever ashamed of being multiracial? Again, I didn't see myself as being different. So there would be nothing for me to be ashamed of. I loved everybody in my family, even though we may not have gotten along or agreed on everything, but you know, I love everybody that surrounds me, despite how you treat me, just because that's my nature. But being ashamed, there would be nothing to be ashamed of. I know that I am beautiful the way that I am. If I was just white, just black, I would be proud of my heritage regardless. But I do love the fact that I am mulatto. Do you feel like being mixed has its benefits? That definitely, yes, because I am multicultural. I feel like I have the best of both worlds. And with that, it is a catch-22 because sometimes you know, you're not black enough for the black crowd or white enough for the white crowd, or you just know that you stand out, you stick out. And that happens to me a lot. Like, I don't like to be center of attention, and I do not like all eyes on me. That's not, I mean, I know I'm in front of the camera right now, all eyes on me, but in general, it makes me a little uncomfortable. So I find that it does draw more attention to me because I don't, you know, I look a little bit more, I'm told, I'm not saying this, I'm not trying to, you know, toot my own horn, but I have an exotic look, I guess. So a lot of people like to approach me, and so that would be a benefit, that I am, I guess, warm looking, that you would want to come and approach me or feel comfortable doing so. Most of the time, I'm just different, I'm just me, and I'm proud of that. What makes being multiracial a beautiful thing? I think what I just said is what makes it a beautiful thing. I love that I come from more than one world, it feels like. So when I identify with my white side of the family or my black side of the family, I always do feel welcomed, and I feel like I'm special because I am in both worlds. Last question, what advice would you give someone who struggles with being multiracial? I don't want to get too deep, so I'm gonna just make this plain and simple. If you are someone that is struggling with being multicultural, I would just say, above all, just to love yourself. You just need to learn to love yourself because you are made beautifully and perfectly in God's image, no matter what color, what shade, what creed, doesn't matter what. You are beautiful and you are unique just the way that you are. So just learn to love yourself, and I know that's easier said than done, but it can be done. And the more that you love yourself, the more that you will feel more comfortable, and you'll feel like it is a benefit, that the fact that you are multiracial. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If there's anything else that you would have questions for me about, the fact that I'm biracial, or if there's anything else that you would like to see in the future, tag-wise, video-wise, whatever, just leave it in the comment box below. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a great time doing this for you. And we will see you next time. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell while you're at it as well. Alright, we'll see you next time. Bye guys.